Okay, I'm live in the studio now. All right, good morning, Chicagoland. T.O. Mr. CeaseFire Hardiman coming to you live here in the WVON studio. It's an honor to be here. Once again, I want to thank God always for allowing me to host this show on Sunday mornings. It's been over 6 years. I say this all the time because it started out kind of slow, but we began to come every week and we began to build the audience up. And I want to thank Melody Span Cooper and Pierre Cooper for allowing me to host this show. Now, remember, the views on my show are not the views of WVON. I just want to make that disclaimer out there because I talk about a multitude of issues all the time. My organization, Violence Interrupters, is one of the sponsors of this show, my organization. And if you need some work done on your car, check out my man Bob at Bob's Midas on 74th and Stony Island. Bob has been kind of sick lately. He hasn't been there, but he has a real good staff there. Take care of your car. Tell him T.O. Mr. CeaseFire Hardiman sent you if you need work done on your car. And then also we have, if you need some clothes from a black clothing store, Edwards Fashions in the Roseland community, go check out my man at Edwards Fashions. He got some nice clothes out there, man, real nice clothes. And then also on top of that, if you need to go get some good soul food, you got a couple of new soul food restaurants on 81st and Stony Island. You got my man Southern Comfort Seafood, and you got Jerkyard right there around 81st and Stony Island. So many businesses to talk about. I cannot name them all, but I wish everybody the best in the universe. Yesterday, my people, before I take these calls, the phone lines are lighting up here. I got a chance to go support Bishop Magic Wand. He had his picnic out at Columbus Park. We had the Henry Horner reunion, had the Avalon Park reunion yesterday. I had to attend 4 or 5 different events yesterday just to support the people. But I want to, like I say, the phone lines are lighting up here. So this morning, this is what I'm taking on. How you doing, Brother Dwight Gladney? Check this out, everybody. What's going on in Black Chicago? That's what I want to talk about today. Why are we so divided, or am I just thinking too much? Are we unified more than what people may say, or why are we so divided as a people? Because right now, when you look at, I know a lot of public officials talk about how they're placing so many resources in certain areas in the black community, but when I look at the black community, I don't see the resources. And I'm not saying it's to be critical. I'm looking at 79th. I talk about it all the time. 79th and Damon, all the way to East, 79th and South Shore. I don't see nothing happening, man, on them strips out there. Nothing to write home about. Now, even on the west side of Chicago, Madison and Pulaski, we need development, real development in our communities. And don't get me wrong, I believe some of the elected officials are doing the best they can to bring development to our community. We may not see it all the time. So I'm going to put that out there. Why are we so divided as a people? Is it all about politics? Why, we had a 5-year-old that was shot yesterday over on 1000 block of West 14th Street. A 5-year-old shot and an older person with a 35-year-old and a 5-year-old. So my thing is, why is it not newsworthy on the highest of highest levels when a 5-year-old is shot here in Chicago, all right? So that's what we'll take on today. I'll bring some callers on right now. For the people watching on Facebook Live, call me, 773-591-1690. Let's talk about it right now. Let me get Brother Andre, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning to you, Brother T.O. How you feel this morning?
Yeah, I'm always good, brother. I'm here.
Good, I'm glad. Yeah, I'm good. I'm happy to hear that. Brother, one reason I think that black people are so divided is that there's so many of us that's doing well with our life. And when other ones that black people is not doing so well, they look at you as being something different from them. They get envious and hateful and spiteful. And they don't want to see you get ahead, and they'll vandalize and do all kind of things because you look like you making it, and they sometimes been struggling it and so hard and they can't make it. This is another reason why we need to press upon this mayor and this governor for specific affordability issues here.
Okay.
Affordability will cut some of that stuff down. And I'm not talking about for them to come on and just talk about it, be about it. Be specific about our needs in the black community. Our utilities are high. A lot of people's rent, $1,400 for one bedroom rent. They need to address those specific issues. If you could bring the cost of living down and if you could address affordability, I guarantee we'll probably be loving on each other a whole lot more. Now, when I see a black man or woman being successful, I admire them and congratulate them. I'm never envious and hateful for my brothers and sisters getting ahead because I know that it took a struggle for them to get there. But there are those that don't like to see that, and they'll stick you up and do all kind of things because you look like you got it and they don't.
Oh, for sure.
So
What's your thoughts, Andre, about the Save-A-Lot stores closing down? What's your thoughts
Well,
about that?
I don't like that the Save-A-Lot stores closed down. So it's a bigger picture. You know, some of them stores were closed before because they talking about it was a lot of theft. But this
Yeah.
just goes to show you this was a massive closing that had nothing to do with theft. It has something to do with those corporate giants is what it has something to do with. But it's a problem, and hopefully this will open the door. They say that they can come back in a year and open up as a grocery store in a year
Okay.
or something like that. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, you know, the elders and people in general need those stores, man. You know, T.O., people don't realize a lot of people walk to the grocery store, just like I used to do
That's what
way
I'm
back in
talking
the
about,
day
without
until I
a
got it
doubt.
right. See, people don't have no money for no Uber. They can't pay no delivery, man. Them and their kids walk up to that store and they come on back to the crib with them grocery bags. I used to do it with my kids until I was able to do better for myself. But I used to walk back and forth to the grocery stores many a day, man.
Well, it's,
But
it's
they
good
need
to
those
have a
stores in the
person.
community.
It's good to be able to walk to a grocery store in your neighborhood, right? Um,
Yeah,
that's just the way
absolutely.
it is. The black community, we used to have a whole lot of black-owned businesses. I'm talking about grocery stores in our community, dry cleaners and all that kind of. Even the liquor stores used to be owned by African American people. Now, some African American businesses are still in our community. Don't get me wrong, but I think that we like gas. We should own all the gas stations, especially in the black community. We should own 99% of every business in our community should be owned by African American people. That's just the way I see it.
Well, that's right, and I'm glad you mentioned that, Tio, because by those Save-A-Lot stores closing, you know, a lot of them stores, they employ people to live right in the neighborhood. They don't have to drive to work. They walk to work. They work there, Save-A-Lot, and they live in the community. That's another devastating thing about them stores closing up. People live in, they hire people from the community that come there and work. And so we need to stay on top of that and see what can happen. I don't know if
So
somebody
give me
will
a
come along and
solution.
buy.
Give me a solution before you get out of here, my brother. What do you think we should do as African American people to become a little more unified? Any thoughts about that?
Well, yeah, just like I said earlier, we got to, instead of those of ahead moving on, reach back and grab the ones behind you. Fight for their right to be successful, just like you. See, we get to a position where we successful and we move out the community and we talk down about the other ones didn't make it.
Yeah.
So if we want to stop some of this hating and this being so divided, we got to try and help each other be successful and make it. Help each other get a career or do well. You know, I see TV sometimes, T.O., where they got these group of people that get together and they get together and spend their resources and build houses for the next one. Then
Yeah.
once their house is built,
But
they
that's
get
what you're
together and build for the
supposed to
next one.
do. You know,
Yeah,
you're
black
supposed to
people can
reach
do
and
that,
teach.
man.
Right.
Look, but we could put all of the resources together and we could keep building houses for one until everybody get a crib. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? So there's many ways that we can
See,
become
what you just
unified.
said was profound. You say keep building houses until everybody gets a house. See, I love it. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you can't just get ahead and leave your own people behind. Too many of us like that, and I'm gonna bring this up right quick. This is one reason why I despise some of these black Republicans out here because they're successful, they got money, and they want to ride with Trump so they get tax breaks and whatnot.
I just
But
want to
what
say
about the
this. I'm
people in their
glad you
family?
brought that up. I
What
said
about
it
the people
earlier.
in their
Check it
family?
out. Check it out, Andre. With all the issues Donald Trump has, the 34 convictions and all the lies and all the misbehavior, whatever else is out there, I know if a black man was in that situation, a lot of black folks that support him would not support a black man that has the same type of issues, Andre. To me, it's hypocritical, okay? I know for a
No,
fact they won't support a black man with 34 convictions and all those other issues surrounding him. It's
I'm
hypocritical,
with you
man. At the end of the day,
110%.
I don't have nothing against Trump. I just want to make that clear because, you know, he is the president. I respect the president's office, but this man had a multitude of issues coming in there and was stepping on. He just basically gangstered the White House. He trumped the White
No,
House, in my opinion. But they're not going to support a black man that had that kind of those type of issues.
no, I'm with you 110%.
Right.
I echo those same
Our own
sentiments.
people,
And
some of
then,
our own people, they're not going to do it.
no, that you're absolutely right. And here's a man in Donald Trump. He teaching his daughters and his sons to be thieves and criminals, lawbreakers.
Right.
Whatever he doing, he teaching his kids to do it. But how can we look at our own people and talk about what type of parents we are when this man is teaching his kids to be insurrection and everything else?
All right,
Donald
my
Trump
brother.
ain't no saint.
But I
Donald
want to
Trump ain't
thank
no
you for
saint.
your call, okay?
Okay,
Just gotta
Tio,
keep
have a
it
good
rocking
one,
and
man.
rolling.
Thanks for coming.
Appreciate you.
All right, you too, bro.
All right. Okay, everybody, we're going to keep the conversation going. Brother Chris, good morning to you.
Brother Hardiman, good morning.
Yes, sir.
Much
What's the
love.
word? What's going on?
What you call it? I'm doing fine. I could be in Angola doing time, but
Yeah.
I want to say this.
Yeah.
Shout out to the WVON family. A lot of Black history is being erased in Chicago, man. Beautiful city, and was a Black metropolis, but a lot of people put their hand in the kitty. See the erasure of Cabrini. You drive past there, the memories is gone. You drive past the Lathrop homes down State Street, Michigan, the Black metropolis. But if you do a deeper dive, the people, the politicians had their hand and still had their hand in the kitty and allowed the devastation and the erasure of Black history, brother.
So what do you think causes all the division in Black Chicago and across the Black, across the United States and the Black community? Because we like a divided people to a degree, or am I just thinking out loud? What do you think? What are your thoughts about that?
That's a plan, brother. With surgical, like a doctor, surgical precision, brother. Keep the have and the have-nots divided, and we never, come together. That's purpose for brother. That's the like a caste system.
Okay.
Keep
Oh,
the
yeah, the
rich-
caste system, without a doubt. But thank you
keep
for
the
your
rich-
call, okay?
Much love, brother Tito
Yes, sir. Much
Hardiman.
respect to you. Yes, sir. Appreciate you, Brother Chris.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. All right. Okay. Mama D, you on the air. Good morning to you.
Oh, y'all got rising. Good morning to you.
Oh, yeah.
As a Whole Food shopper, when it was on 63rd in Halsted, former Mayor Lightfoot removed that store and crammed Save-A-Lot down our throats, and her attitude was, well, shop there or else. I vowed never to set foot in Whole Foods on 63rd and Halsted, and I never did. So I'm not crying no crocodile tears that it's gone. I put Whole Foods back up there. And also, when it comes to NAAs and the Great Divide, I think it's contributed to three things, and people don't want to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's unlawful immigration.
Okay.
That's one thing, and people ought to go back to the Jackson-Reed Immigration Act of 1924, and find out what Frederick Douglass and Marcus Garvey and all the leaders, the Defender, all the leaders of that time, and how they said Black people was impacted by importing 20 million free white labor to take the jobs, and so that former slaves would not have those jobs. The 11 million people didn't have the jobs because America imported 20 million white workers. Now, they could go back there and check that out, and it's important. Nobody talks about that Immigration Reduction Act of 1924, and they need to, because there could have been no migration to the north, because slaves were not, enslaved people were not given reparations. They were not given the opportunity to work or anything else. But when they passed that act, that led to the Great Migration, because they could get jobs up here in the north, because they stopped that white labor force of 20 million from coming in.
Oh, no, I appreciate you, Mama D. We got to run now, though, because I kind of started later today. But thank you for your call, okay? I appreciate that information.
2 other things.
All right,
Take
Mama
care.
D. Okay, I appreciate your call, young lady. I want to say this to some people on the WVON Facebook page. I was on time for my show. I was here in the studio. Just got kind of started a little later on the technical side. I was here on time. I want to make that clear, because I'm a guy like that. I always show up on time, but nobody's perfect in the world. All right, nobody's perfect at all. Let me get the next call on real quick. Nicole, you're on the air with T.O. Miss CeaseFire Hardiman.
I think there needs to be laws passed for these big banks that sit on properties in our neighborhoods with condemned houses and empty lots. Mm-hmm. They sit on them and don't sell them for whatever reason, and we can be reinvesting in our neighborhoods in that way. If the banks didn't have the authorities to hold on to this land and these properties.
Okay. Yes, a lot of work to be done, Nicole. So I pray, and then the faith without works is dead as well. We had to get into action, just like our forefathers. They got into action to help us to become the people we are today. In other words, our forefathers could have folded, but they decided to fight to keep our legacy going strong. Okay. So I hear what you're saying, but we got a lot of work to do in Black Chicago, Nicole.
Correct.
And I appreciate your call. Okay. Let's get Calvin here. Good morning, Calvin.
Yes, good morning, Tio. How are you?
I'm doing good.
Got a solution for the grocery stores.
Okay, that's good.
Yes, right out there at Forest Park, the
Okay.
Bill Winston Ministries.
For sure.
They have a beautiful grocery store out there that needs support.
Yes.
So we can carpool, we can catch the bus, because we catch the bus anyway. We can get there, and we can support that, and we can get fresh food on a daily basis, and we'll be supporting our own. So
Sounds
that's
good.
what we need to do.
I
That's what we
support
need
Melody
to do.
Winston out there, 1,000%, bro.
There you go. So I just wanted to drop that on the family, VON family. Let's support the Bill Winston Ministries in Forest Park.
Sounds good.
Thanks.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. All right,
Peace.
all right. Miss Darva, good morning to you.
Okay, God bless everyone. I just want to say that until we go back to Yahweh, we're not going to come out of this thing. This is the way you have to do it. I want to say this to you, Brother T.O., and I know that I need to come on your show. You give me some time to tell you
well,
the
you're
whole
on the show
story.
when you call in as well, Darva. What's happening?
Yeah, but I need to be, because we get 3 minutes to talk. But what I wanted to say, 3 seconds to talk. Let me say this to you, Brother T.O. And the reason why I love your show, because I looked at you as a well-respected person, for real, in this city. And so what I want to say to you, there are so many ways we can solve the problems. I want to share this real quick. I had an article. There was an article saying how black men were killing black women. And I was like, wow. I don't believe it. Somebody's lying. Somebody's putting all these lies out about black men. So I called up 12 black men. I have my own show and stuff off this. I have a lot of people in Chicago that come to my show and talk to me on a daily basis. So I asked some black men, why are they lying on our black men? They're killing our black women. And they said, my sister, that's not no lie. That's the truth. I said, no, you're lying too. Why are you all saying this? And they said, because it's the truth. I said, well, explain it to me. When they broke it down to me, I understood. So that's number one. We reaping what we sow. If you keep doing whatever you do, T.O., it's going to come back to you. Whether it come back to your children, your brother, your father, whomever. Listen, that's the reaping what you sow. Then this the other thing. You're talking about the stores in the community. My brother friend had a store right in Brownsville. He said all the black people go over to the white stores, won't come in his store. He left Brownsville.
It's crazy. Yeah. Well, Darva, thank you for your call this morning, okay? So now the show is coming to an end. Now we'll be back next week. I got about 1 more minute. I just want to thank all the callers that called in. We started a little late today, but we'll be back right on time next Sunday. But I want to say this on behalf of the black community from my perspective. I'm solid gold in my community. I attended around 4 or 5 events yesterday. Mad respect from all the brothers out west. South side, east side, north side. We solid gold, man. See, I'm part of a brotherhood, and the ladies are involved as well, that we don't second guess each other. We solid as you can be with one another. We got that kind of unity going on. So I just want to salute all the good people out there that stand on faith, stand on truth when it comes to our people, right? We all that we got right now. So let's not try to twist it. Let's stay solid gold, man, for the rest of our lives, and just do your best to uplift somebody if you can. Try not to tear nobody down. And if you find yourself in a bad situation, reach out, try to get some help, try to get some guidance. It's not always about money. Sometimes somebody can give you some advice to help you along the way. But resources are needed, but it's not always about money, because if you're tied to money, you may be disappointed. I want to thank you all for tuning in today. It's been an honor, and I'll see y'all next Sunday, same time, same place. Peace. We out of here. All right.